What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of If I Were EA. The last two episodes, guys, got fantastic feedback. I want to thank you for that, and if we could get another like on this video, that would be awesome. And first of all, a big shout out to my man Tex once again for the amazing graphics that he has provided for this series. His channel link will be in the description. He also does FIFA videos, but he is a fantastic graphic artist doing this work for me. And lastly, before we get into the video, if you want to purchase any FIFA Ultimate Team coins, check out thefootshop.com. Their link is in the description below. A very fast and reliable service, and if you use the discount code NEPA at checkout, you get a discount on your coins. So if you guys are new to my channel and to this series and haven't seen episode 1 and 2, first of all, there is a playlist link in the description. Go check them out. Basically what we do is the gameplay in the background is irrelevant. It's actually for a squad builder that's coming up in a couple of days. So yeah, just take no notice of that. What we do is we discuss what we as a community would change if I were in charge at EA Sports FIFA. So they are tagged in the title, so every time you like the video, they do get a notification on Twitter to say, hey motherfuckers, check this video out. So here we go with the first thing that I want to talk about today, guys, and that is a special technique card, kind of like the Super Juice cards that I have. If you guys, again, have been following me for a while, you'll know I do a series called Super Juice where I add attribute cards to players. These attribute cards last for one game. What I want to see is skill move and weak foot modifiers as well. So you're seeing on the screen right now a bronze shiny technique card, which will give +1 skill move and +1 weak foot for one match. So if you got like a 4-star skiller and a 4-star weak foot on, say, Alex Pato, you apply this card for one match, he becomes 5-star skills and 5-star weak foot. I think this will be awesome because Ultimate Team's supposed to be about fun, you know, and there's so few 5-star skillers out there right now that sometimes if you could do a squad builder, as we cycle through these cards as well, you see there will be non-rares that are just +1 skill moves, and also non-rare +1 weak foot. Yeah, sometimes if you could do a squad builder, or say you found a team that you really like, but your striker is just missing that 1-star weak foot. He's got 2-star weak foot right now, and you'd love him to have 3-star weak foot just to make that mighty change to your team. These cards should be available. We move into the silver ones, and you've got the silver rare, which would be 3 matches of skill move and weak foot, and then you can have also the non-rares, which is just skill moves or just weak foot. And lastly, onto the gold, where you can have 5 matches of a 1-star skill move and 1-star weak foot, and of course again onto the non-rares, where you'd get skill moves for for 5 matches, just 1-star skill moves and 1-star weak foot. Of course, you can't apply it to people that would potentially have 5-star skill moves, or if you did apply it to them, they wouldn't gain anything for it. It would just be a waste of a card. But I think it's definitely something that would be awesome to have in FIFA, and it would really change, again, the dynamics of the way Ultimate Team is played. And just as you see on the screen now as well, there's an animation of what it would look like when you put it on. There's Pato on the screen there. The technique card gets applied just like any other training card, and when you go back into Pato, boom, you have a look, and he's now got 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves, +1 for 5 matches because we applied the gold one to him. So that is the third thing I want to discuss. And guys, I am here to try and discuss the positives and negatives of things suggested, and I want you guys to carry on suggesting things in the comment section, because this is where I get most of this stuff from. And for me, I can't really see a negative on this. That, like, skill moves and weak foot is really something that's circumstantial in the game. There's so many players with 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot anyway. There's not enough in my opinion, but there are a lot out there that, if you've got Pato with 5-star skill moves instead of 4-star skill moves, it doesn't give you that much an advantage unless you can do the skill moves. And even if you can do the skill moves, what difference is it if you use Pato or say Ibrahimovic? Because the best players have the 5-star skill moves and the 5-star weak foots. The Ronaldos, the Neymars, who has both, the Ibras, the Riberies, because they have these already, applying it to a lesser player isn't going to break the game. So I can't actually see a negative to this one. I think it will be a fantastic thing to have into the game. But we move swiftly on to the next thing that we want to see, guys, and for me, that is more player stats. Just a one screen for you here. I want to see something like you see on the screen now, where it's got a a player stats section. When you go to have a look at how much you bought them for and so on and so forth, I want there to be another screen that tracks all of this data. Now, you might be thinking, how the hell can you track all that data? Well, quite simply, it's tracked and stored at the end of every game anyway. You can actually see in seasons a section there how many goals you've scored and conceded, your pass completion rate, and your percentage average per game. And at the end of every game, it tells you how many shots a player has had, how many passes they've made and completed, dribbles, games played, goals scored, assists, tackles, average match rating, things like that, and maybe even going as far as to say, you know, have a last 5 stats as well, so you can kind of just see how people are playing over the last 5. And I know that would be awesome for people like me and other YouTubers that do squad builders, where you can play 5 games with a team, and then instead of having to do something that I do, which is track stats to show you guys, I actually write them down at the end of every game myself, just to say, hey, this is what has happened with this team. I'll just be able to go into the players, have a look at the last 5 games, and show you, you know, like, oh, Ibrahimovic has had 74 shots on target and 79 total shots in the last 5 games. He's a great player, you should get him. Because sometimes you see a squad builder and someone might go, oh, this player is fucking amazing, he scored 8 goals in 4 games for me, you should get him. But what actually happened was he scored 6 goals in 1 game when a guy put a controller down, and you can't tell any different because of the way the video is edited. But if you go into the stats section, you can actually show and prove, hey, look, this guy has hit 80%, 85% shots on target. Or this midfielder that we're doing a review on has 92% pass accuracy and 7 assists in 5 games. You know, he's completed 800 passes in the 5 games. You know, and really just show how effective players are, I guess, how good they are, and you can. What would be ideal for me to have this sort of stuff again was, I've got a few teams that I love. Let's say I've got one team that I absolutely love, or the last best team in FIFA I did that had Jackson Martinez and Ibarba up front. I said I didn't like the left midfield and centre midfield because I didn't seem to feel them in the game. But I'd like to see like an average match rating for them anyway, because just because I didn't score goals with them and stuff, it doesn't mean that they didn't play key passes, set up key goals, have good dribble success rates, and you know, things like that. And I could actually kind of single out the bad player in a team for me, change them, and try and actually find my ultimate team by using these stats. And I think there'd be a massive introduction into the game. The last thing we're going to talk about today, guys, you're going to see on your screen now a little animation again, is I want custom tournaments and custom leagues. Here we go again with the graphics. Thank you for text for this again. Create a league or cup, join a league or cup. Basically, this is what happens. If you want to create a league or cup, you create a league or cup. You know, cup name, YouTubers Cup, public cup, no, you have to be invited. Cup duration 7 days, which means you get 7 days to kind of play the cup through. Coin entry, 10,000 coins. Entry requirements, nothing for a team, although you can set stuff. And you've got the cup members on the right hand side. With those cup members, obviously you'd have to fill it in for cups, like cup scenarios, so 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 people, 64 people, etc. So basically what would happen for a private cup, everyone puts in the pot, the winner takes all. You can set it so the winner takes some and runner-up takes some, and you know, basically you just have a prize fund. And I think it would be a good thing to do, because first of all, again, as a YouTuber, I can invite you guys into a cup, play against you, throw some coins in, and bang, everyone's happy. Like, you know, you get to be on my channel, I get some good content. I think it's a great way to progress forward with this game. But on top of that, let's go back to the first screen where we're looking at the cups and leagues. On top of that, it's just the current cups, they're so dull. It's the same thing every time. You know, you get 2,000 coins for winning only. You don't have to pay anything to enter it, of course. But I think adding a custom cup would be fantastic, and a custom league. Now, there are some problems with this. First of all, what if someone doesn't show up? You know, what if they don't play their game? And I think with a private cup, you can set a time limit. Like, let's say you have 3 days to play your game. If you don't play your game within 3 days, you forfeit. And then how do you choose which person goes through? What if both people didn't show up? Basically, like, if you can have a challenge button. So if both of you are online and you press challenge, then hey, you can challenge the person. If they say yes or no, that's fine. And if someone says no, then it registers that they've said no and kicks them out of the cup after the 3 days. But if you're in a personal cup with your friends anyway, I think you're going to get through the games. I think it'd be quite fun. And another thing as well is, like, if you create a league, 10 teams for example, 9, you know, let's say you're bottom after 7 games with 0 points because you've lost all the games, and you think, fuck, I don't want to play this anymore, like, what's the point, I'm just getting beaten. That could also cause a problem. So the other thing you could do is for a for non-friendly stuff, for non-personal stuff, like let's say I invite some YouTube friends in, I know we're going to get those games played. Or even if I invite subscribers in, I know we're going to get some games played. And as a host of the cup, you should be able to determine whether you kick people or not. You can see someone who's, you know, deliberately not playing games, so you just kick them from the tournament, they get refunded their entry bonus, and everyone's happy. You know, they don't lose anything, you don't lose anything, everyone's happy. With an online league, you can, or even a cup, you can do it in the same way that the online World Cup game works. So you're in a league of 4, but you come up against someone, and if you win or lose to them, that's your first game in the league. You come up against someone else, and then it puts them in your league. Even though on their screen they're in a league with you and other people that aren't in your league, it's kind of, if you guys have never played the World Cup game, that's where it would be. But like, go check it out. But it's really hard to explain. But basically, you play 3 games, or let's say you're in a league and you've got a 6-man league. You play against 5 people. You can even do it in random online games for people that have also joined the league, and then it works like that. So let me really try and put this into simple terms. Let's say I join a league of 10 teams and I play my first game. This person might not be in my league of 10 teams, but I still get to be placed in my league with the teams, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense. I know some of you are going to be sitting there like thinking, yeah, that actually does make sense. But also some of you are going to be sitting there thinking like, this sounds like the worst idea ever, and I completely understand that. But like I say, what I think is, it's the easiest way to do it is just to show the World Cup game. If people don't understand this league system, I'll go onto the World Cup game and I'll get how it works on there, and I'll show you guys exactly how it works. But it's foolproof basically. It's basically a good way that everyone can play, because you're not getting matched up against, like, again, if you've got a league with 10 teams, there's not just 10 guys in there, and if they're not online you can't play a game. You still get matched up against a random person that's also looking to play a league, and then that game gets accredited to your league. Then you find another random person and play your league, and that game gets accredited to your league. So it kind of works like that. It would be a bit difficult to do, I think, especially the leagues rather than the cups, because knockout is a lot easier than a league system, which is potentially why this sort of thing isn't in there so far. But with a little bit of work and a few different ideas, and once again, if you've got any ideas on how to develop this idea, I'm all open to ears. I'd love to discuss it with you guys further in a future video and really iron out some creases. But I still think, even if they only did them privately first, where you can only invite your friends, and there doesn't even have to be a coin entry fee, you can just want to play a league with your friends, and no entry fee, no coin rewards, only get coin rewards for playing games, and bang, you make yourself some money playing games. You know, you don't have to pay anything to get in a league. You have a league with your friends. Even if they had just the private ones, I think it would be good. Now, the only other thing that people will say is that people are going to be able to exploit coin glitches to do this. I disagree. If you have to pay 10,000 to get into a tournament, and there's let's say there's 8 of you that enter into the tournament, that's 80,000 coins. Those coins have come from your accounts anyway. It's not like EA are giving out these coins. You guys have to pay in to get out. So there is absolutely no way that you can glitch coins or make coins or break the game with this scenario, because you're paying in the coins to get the coins back out. It doesn't benefit. Like, there's no possible way for me that you could possibly cheat this. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support on this series. I'm really having a lot of fun making this series and coming up with the ideas. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so you had to get the twice in there. You couldn't just leave it for one?
Oh, that was terrible.
Well, I hit an Ibra.
What, just now?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't believe you.
Alright, so wait, do we list every single player?
I'll store them to club now so they don't have to see this.